And another interesting story from Zero Hedge. I've mentioned this guy numerous times because I do watch what he does. And when I see him making a move or making a comment, I listen. Again, when the billionaires speak, it would do us all good to listen, especially some of the elitists. Now, Carl Icahn is not necessarily an elitist, like one of the club members, the guys that you can't stand like a George Soros. No, he's not. But the guy is a billionaire nonetheless. He has a hedge fund that he runs. He runs it. It's his. And they're saying how he doesn't usually send out like newsletters very frequently. So it's like, okay, what's the guy thinking? What's he doing? Why is he changing that around? And then he comes out and will give an interview on one of the news channels. I think it was Bloomberg on this one. So it was apparently a 40-minute interview, which I will link again on this video for you to watch it from the Zero Hedge site. But the important goodies, I'm going to read you right now. Carl Icahn turns apocalyptic. Quote, "I am more hedged than ever. A day of reckoning is coming." We profiled Carl's notorious bearishness most recently 2 weeks ago, when we showed that for the second quarter in a row, the billionaire's hedge fund, Icahn Enterprises, had kept on its record short bias, manifesting in a net negative 149% market exposure. Unlike other hedge fund managers, however, Icahn does not provide monthly newsletters explaining his mindset, which is why we eagerly watched a expansive 40-minute interview he gave to Bloomberg, in which, in addition to a detailed discussion of Trump and how the Republican presidential candidate would change the U.S. economy, he shared some much-needed insights into his gloomy vision of the market. Below are some key excerpts from his discussion of the market. And the guy interviewing him is Eric Schatzker. And he starts off by saying, why is it that the stock market is where it is? That with valuations so high that I noticed in the letter that, or at least in a statement that you made with your son, Brett, earlier this month, you don't feel confident making any large investments. He responds, absolutely, Eric. I have hedges on. I'm more hedged than I ever was. I will tell you, there's certainly good companies. The market is way overvalued at 20 times the S&P, and I'll tell you why. A lot of it is a result of zero interest rates. It's just what I said. You have zero interest in a lot of buybacks. Money is not going into capital. So, think of it as a rich family that just decides, we're just going to have a lot of fun, we're going to sit around in the pool, and we're going to keep printing up IOUs to the town. We've got a good name. You keep doing it until you go broke. And that is what's happening in our economy. Zero interest rates are building huge bubbles. You have retirees that saved $1 million, $500,000. I think the market is at literally very high levels because of zero interest rates. I'll tell you right now. I strongly agree. I know that's a fact. That's exactly what has happened. And if you really look at it, the dollar is pretty strong right now, which is going to hurt international earnings. The S&P, they live on international earnings. That's going to be hurt. There's going to be a day of reckoning here. I've seen it many times in my life. When things look good, they look great. You go into the sky. But that's when you have to really pull down and really stop buying. That being said, I'm not going to tell you it's going to happen tomorrow, next week, or even next month. Even next year, possibly. But it's going to happen. And you have to change the direction of our economy. I can't say it plainer than that. Thousands of CEOs understand the problem. They say one day a regulatory agency, EPA, waves its wand and we're bankrupt, or almost bankrupt. We're losing a fortune. Why the hell should I invest in more capital? Why should I invest in more machinery? Therefore, we can't compete, and therefore the middle class does not have manufacturing jobs, and we now say, well, we're not a manufacturer, we're a service company. So what would cause the crash? Satsker asked him, you say, Carl, that a day of reckoning will come for the stock market. You can't say whether it's going to be this week, this month, or this year or next. Let's talk about the factors that you believe would precipitate such a correction. What could cause stocks to fall? Icahn responds, Eric, I think I've been talking about it to you this whole interview. One of the things that's causing it to fall is happening right under your nose, that we have no capital spending. Capital spending is going way down. In a society like us, manufacturing is important. I don't care. Sooner or later, you can't just keep tweeting to each other. You can't text each other. We say we're a service company. That's great. We're a service economy. What does that mean? Is he pulling the Bill O'Reilly? What does it mean? What? What is that? To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show. Oh, okay, go. Repeat it, Jason. In 3, 2, 1. We say we're a service economy. That's great. We're a service economy. What does that mean? That we text more to each other? Sooner or later, everybody is going to send a text to each other and say, isn't that wonderful? So why should anybody work? Just sit there and text to each other or watch TV. So I'm saying to you, this is what is happening as we speak. Capital spending is down, obviously. The last 2 years, it's just it's just down 4% in the last quarter, which is unheard of when you don't have a recession. Okay, productivity has not grown. In fact, it's the lowest growing it's ever been as far as growth goes. These are very important things in a capitalistic system. Unless you have a dictatorship, you're going to go the way of Cuba. Well, Cuba was a dictatorship, but it still went that way. But then you're going to go the way of Venezuela, Argentina. You're going to be in a major problem. He then turns to the economy and social turbulence, which he repeats, or where he repeats, shocking allegations made by Trump, namely that, quote, unemployment numbers are not accurate. You see, GDP is not going up. I could give you a lot of reasons, but the most important is that the middle class worker does not have good jobs. These unemployment numbers are not accurate in one way, that a lot of these guys have left the workforce, and two, these jobs aren't paying that well. So I am saying that the middle class, that is what you saw this uprising for Bernie Sanders, or why you saw this uprising for Bernie Sanders, and you see it for Trump, and you see Brexit, and you see what's going on in Italy. I think there's an undercurrent of great unrest in our global economies. The 1%, people resent it, and they resent government for allowing it to happen. Well, Mr. Icahn, that's because government has been turned into a fascist state. This whole system we're in is now fascism. It's everywhere. And as Gerald Celente says it the best, his definition, the merger of state and corporate powers is fascism. So yeah, the people are upset at the government, but you're actually upset at the fascist government, which is these corporate pigs who have taken over the government, either via their fat wallets and campaign contributions or simply the revolving door. You look the other way, our vaccine shot absolutely causes autism, the MMR, it does for sure. Whistleblower said in 2015 from the CDC, the party of five over there, we threw away the evidence, we destroyed it on purpose. Top lady goes to work for Merck vaccine company. The top CDC woman going to work for Merck. Get a nice cushy job. Pays way better than the old CDC job I had, but she was probably making God knows what, 200,000, 300,000 a year. Who knows? That's nothing. I want more. 1 out of 50 kids are now going to have autism because of this. And you'd rather go get a nice job and look the other way over something like that. These are the kind of people that are out there. And they need to be dealt with. And I'm going to tell you something for you religious folks. You're not going to like this. But you can already see it. So bear with me. Jesus is not coming back to fix things. God's not flicking his magic wand and saying, okay, I've had enough. How many times have people been calling for the return of Christ? Oh, it's this time, it's this time, it's this time. We're going on over 2,000 years now. He still ain't back. Okay? You follow me? Folks, we, the people, the citizens, the society of this whole planet are the only ones who can change this. And you can't vote out the top CDC person. Why? Because they're not voted in. They were handpicked by the president. All of these positions are appointed. Remember that. They're always appointed. And it's the club and their minions who do the appointing. So no, I'm sorry, Jesus isn't coming to help you. God's not going to come help you. You have to fix this yourself. And the only way you're going to fix this yourself is when you realize, damn, what Jason at Ford just said is true. I'm now seeing that. If any part of the story of Christ returning was valid, it should be right now. Holy crap, Venezuela. I wonder where their mindset is on religion. Where's Jesus? Where's the help? Where's that? You guys can sit there and pray and do all that. Listen, I'm going to go out and get on my bike or whatever the hell I've got, and I'm going to go stand in line for 8 hours across the border to the next country to get some food for my family, while you guys stay here and hope and pray and do whatever you're doing, right? It takes you yourself to deal with this and fix it. And when you have a whole lot of people in the same situation as you, that's when it becomes ripe for an overthrowing of the government, which is what history shows always happens. I don't have to sit here and try to even advocate it. Oh, yeah, you should do that. No, I can tell you right now, and I will tell you, don't do it. When the time comes, don't try to overthrow the government. Don't try to do anything of that nature. And you want to know why I can say that? Easy. Because history is on my side. It's going to happen anyways. Which is why I've been telling you all this time, collect your little silver, keep collecting, keep stacking, get your shit in order. Because when that day comes, you can say, oh, I don't have to really get involved. I tried to get involved. I tried to wake you people up. I tried to get some things going. Can't you be don't post that on Facebook. Can't you just post something a little nicer, something more positive? Can you be a little more positive? Yeah. Listen, I thought I was being positive. I'm proactively showing you in advance what's coming. You've seen it over years now. You've seen this, everything I said. Fake numbers, fake jobs reports, more taxes coming, Obamacare nonsense. Wasn't what we were told. Lie. Here it is. So when it all happens, you can tell all those people, you guys go deal with it. You guys are going to actually try to arrest a politician yourselves because the police and the government and the federal officials won't do it? What about a grand jury? Don't you want to ask those same people to manufacture a grand jury of people that they get to select that you don't know about and find them not guilty? Oh, you've seen that too many times. That's why you're upset and want to overthrow them. Oh, well, you guys go do that. I'm not going to do that. You can say, I'm feeling a little hurt right now, but my silver and everything has made it very comfortable for me to sit back here and not even get involved in any of it. You guys deal with it because you guys don't have the silver. You don't have anything saved up. You were not prepared in any way, shape, or form because you took the old line. This is America. It can't happen in America. It's America. I thought it was America. Yeah. So did a lot of people. And so will a lot of people until it happens here. And that's what they will be saying. I thought this was America. Oh, that'll buy you some food by saying that a few times. But I thought this was America. Can't afford steak and lobster and anything. Oh, sorry. Thought this was America. Yeah. Like I said, we're a service economy. What the hell is a service economy? What are we servicing? What does it mean to play us out? To service. It means nothing. Like he said, let's send text messages back and forth and all get on our EBT cards and everything will be fine. Anyways, take care.